Hello, my loves. This is Malayla with Love and Light Starseed Tarot. Welcome. Today I'm going to do a reading for Pisces and their person. These are timeless messages, so whenever you click on the reading, it's meant for you. I hope everyone's doing well and having a great day. This is for Sun, Moon, or Rising in Pisces. Angels, spirit guides, please show us what is the overall energy between these two. What is the overall energy, please? Queen of Wands, Eight of Cups, High Priestess, and the Eight of Swords. So I'm getting, there could have been third-party interference here, or, you're just dealing with Aries, Leo, Sag, but someone walked away because of this. And I'm getting that, you could be having messages come through dream state or in the 5D. You're very spiritual. You're using your intuition and realizing, that staying stuck in your head and over analyzing everything and thinking about everything over and over is just keeping you stuck. What is your energy at this time? What is your energy? Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, you're determined to stand on your own 2 feet. Be more financially stable. Possibly make new money or just find a way to be more just being able to stand on your own 2 feet without being codependent. Being more, single. Living more free and single. But you're determined. What is their energy? Knight of Cups. Four of Pentacles. So this person could be holding back their energy. This person wants romance in their life. I'm also getting that, you're realizing that your limiting belief systems are not yours, right? These thoughts that keep you bound and tied, they're not even your thoughts or not even your beliefs. They're being passed down. And just because your family does something in a certain manner doesn't mean you have to. Or they did something. These are limiting beliefs brought down from your bloodline, your heritage. You're seeing that it's never too late to change your life or your family heritage for the better. Right? You're never too young or too old to start something new. If we continue to do the same things over and over and what our ancestors did in the past, we'll be holding ourselves back. We're doing a disservice to ourselves and for our children, for the next generation. It's up to us to make the changes for our children, for our grandchildren, for many more generations to come. You are here to do big things, even if it's, doing little things that add up. to bigger successes, right? Sometimes you have to start small and work your way up. You are the one. You are gaining access to a higher knowing and a higher vibration. You want to maximize your potential. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity to be the change. How do you see them? 2 of Swords. The Star, Aquarius energy. Yeah, so there's some conflict I'm getting. You know, I'm getting there's conflict around being in the spotlight. Let's see, how do they see you? The Fool, Aries energy. 3 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, so there could have been some foolish actions that have happened, you know, like I'm getting here, but third-party interferences or just partying too much, being inconsistent, going out, you know, being immature. You know, and they could be in another family dynamic. I mean, there could be kids involved, or, you know, you're seeing them as 10 of Cups. You're, you know, happily ever after. Let's see. How do you feel about them? 7 of Wands, 4 of Cups. Yeah, so I'm getting that you felt bored with this person because it was the same cycle over and over, right? This person was stubborn, stuck in their ways, doing the same things over and over. So you just got bored. You got tired of it. How do they feel about you? Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. You know, I'm just hearing, are you going to continue to invest into something that never grows? Or are you going to plant new seeds into healthy new soil? You know, I'm getting that there's an inner conflict here in that, you know, it's around staying comfortable and being a people pleaser, or take growth, honesty, expansion, you know, and carve a new exciting path. What are your actions in the 3D? The Lovers and the Knight of Swords. So yeah, I'm getting that there could be running tendencies here, you know, but there's a choice. There's a choice in love. And, you know, someone could be running away. Someone could be running from the truth. I have Gemini energy. I have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini as well. Or running away from a lover, or running away from a choice. Let's see. What are their actions in the 3D? Ace of Pentacles. 6 of Wands. Yeah, they know in order to get victory and success, they have to come through with a solid offer. Yeah. You know, I'm just hearing you can have the best of both worlds, but you have to free up your time and energy, right? You can't run yourself ragged and then wonder why you don't have love or happiness or enjoyment or fulfillment in your life. Or, that you haven't found victory, success, or your person. What are your messages towards them, please? What are your messages? 9 of Swords. 10 of Wands, yeah. Something has to be put down. Something has to be put to bed. If you're always giving and trying to take care of everyone else, who takes care of you? Mental health is a huge priority. Carrying everybody else's weight and everybody else's burdens and problems just keeps you anxiety ridden, not being able to sleep well, keeps you in your head, keeps you, your mental health is not good. It's not safe. It's not, healthy. It's not balanced. What are their messages towards you? The Hanged Man, Pisces, and the Sun. Yeah, definitely needing to walk towards, your happiness, your joy. Come out of this limbo, stuck state. Indecisiveness. You need to heal, be healthy, be free. And I'm just getting that you have to be aligned with yourself and know what you want in order to, come into alignment with a soulmate or a divine counterpart. In order to call that person in that you want in your life, you have to be in that state of mind and in that, energy. Or, you're just going to keep encountering karmic people and relationships over and over and, until you learn the lesson. When you don't learn a lesson is when it keeps showing up in your life and just in a different manner. What is the outcome, please? 2 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Wands. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting. To become in alignment with what you want, your intuition, your higher self, your higher knowing, in order to come in with, with a soulmate connection. Choose the path of, intuition, love, light. That's how you gain this, unity, union, reunion. What is the advice, please? Chariot. Queen of Cups and the 10 of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, something has to come to an end. Yeah, there has to be a heavy cycle put down, put down in order to move towards your happiness and your love, your fulfillment, emotional stability, health and wealth, and, your mental state being healthy, your mental health. What is the messages of love for this connection, please? Retreat, time alone or in nature will help you recharge. True love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. I'm also going to get numerology card for amazing Pisces. 15, the big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills and goals. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. So keep going and have fun with performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. If you agree with this message, type 1515 in the comments. And thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.